war. Machine against machine on a distant planet. A planet slowly becoming enveloped by ice. As entire species of native fauna and flora died beneath the killing cold, two armies battled on. Tireless, relentless. Combat would end only when one side was destroyed. There would be no peace without victory. As the world grew colder, a group of combatants retired from the struggle. Power supplies dangerously low, and the chill affecting their performance. They found shelter in the warm embrace of the planet's subterranean reaches. Here they could lie without fear of being discovered by their enemies. They could remain at low power until conditions on the surface changed. Safe from harm for centuries, millennia, epochs.
Was, the hammering. Have those Decepticon rats found us? Should I awaken Optimus Prime? And what if it's not Decepticons? It'll be silly Bumblebee. You put us up for this? I'll see what it is for myself. Just a little peek. Nothing wrong with that. The exit has collapsed. How long have we been down here? A long time. Doesn't look like the same planet. And there's machines.
More spikes.
Give a move on, y'all.
Uh-huh.
A man's got to earn his dollar.
A man?
Real shrewd and ready, John.
Spike's laid, John Henry.
Huh. Stand aside, y'all. My hammer's fixing to fall, and all God's earth is my anvil.
Rump anchor here, Skipper. Right by this marker buoy. I was promised a marvelous exposition that would, it appeared, directly on this spot of water.
For your sake, it's bloody marvelous, Mr. Twain. This excursion is costing you a pretty penny.
These blasted San Francisco summers will be the death of me. Cast your eyes there, Jules.
Boy, permission to come alongside? Mr. Twain, is that you?
As promised, Mr. Muldoon.
You bear witness to the SS Vicuna, my submarine.
That's no proper craft. A toy.
I see your Galacalon has melted away, Mr. Verne.
Mon Dieu, a submarine. She submerges to a depth of 3 fathoms. It can only be piloted by one man. Her power derives from a series of... What's this? Oh, no. Ruined. A laughing stock.
You're lucky to be alive, Tobias, and this chill may kill you yet. You need a bellyful of brandy, son.
Thank you. Mr. Twain.
Hard to see how you'll get any further investors with today's sad display.
My every dollar went down with the Vasuna. I'll return to St. Louis a broken man.
Jules here seems taken by your contraption and suffers from flights of wild fancy. Perhaps he has an idea or two for you.
Perhaps, Monsieur. Perhaps.
5 miles of track today, John Henry.
That's a piece of old rail, John.
We'll make it 6 tomorrow.
You'll need an extra rasher of bacon, John.
Still have any of that sweet butter?
I'll put some on your bread, John.
Seems like somebody ought to create a contraption for setting and driving spikes.
Maybe they can ponder up something to give us a rest.
No, thank you to that fool notion. The Lord didn't give me this strong back and these big hands for nothing else but to use them. I'll go to my reward a hammer, and not standing by and watching. Oh, it do wear on a man.
They call themselves men. They're all over the planet now.
They have machines, but not like us, Bumblebee.
Driven by the contained pressure of heated water. Simple, but effective.
I have a feeling we've been powered down for a very long time. I've been listening to them. They have cities, and rail vehicles like this run everywhere connecting them.
They're at the beginning of their learning about automation.
Too late for us to interfere. We should return to sleep mode.
But don't you see they need our help? They work so hard to reach their goals. They dream and plan, but it's just out of their reach.
I would advise not activating Optimus Prime now.
I agree. We'll wait another 100 years or so, Bumblebee.
Bumblebee?
Wait, I'm tired of waiting. We'll fall apart and rust before they do anything. Man, they live and work inside this machine.
Someone there?
The simplest chemical reaction in the universe, harnessed to serve them. If only they... Oop! I tell you, John, I saw something.
Maybe it was a bear you saw. Smelled a cook fire and...
It was bigger than a bear, John.
Bigger than a grizzly? There ain't no such animal. How did it get on this siding? Why didn't we hear it coming?
Ain't no animal at all. Some kind of locomotive.
And where's the crew? There ain't even a driver's cab, Cletus.
Some spanking new job from back east, I swear.
Well, I already don't like it.
It's sunk. My money is now at the bottom of the bay. You assured me this was a sound investment, Muldoon.
In theory.
I do not give a fig about your theories and will not advance you to another nickel. I think it was a marvelous idea, Tobias, even if my father has lost faith in your submarine.
Submarine, Kitty. As to the subject of finances...
You can't pay for this meal, can you?
Well,
No worry, I own this hotel.
Marvelous.
Submerge yourself in that, lad. To the tune of $40.
Submerge yourself in that, lad. Blinkered old fool. Oh, who is the true fool, Tobias? They're all justified in laughing at me. A submersible boat. Who'd want to buy one if I could build it? Besides all that, I couldn't bear another failure. The way Kitty looked at me, I'll carry that to my grave.
You surrender so easily.
Who? Who said that?
You are a scientist?
An engineer. An inventor. Where are you?
You underestimate the technology of this world.
I am fully versed in the advancements of the day. You sound as though you are speaking from inside a bellows.
I am the end result of a science beyond your understanding. I am here to serve you in the exploration of all that is possible on your world.
Godfrey Daniel.
I am a living machine. I am an automated life form.
I must be going mad.
I am called Shockwave. My kind are called Transformers. And I am here to reshape the future of your Earth.
This will make a pleasure of land rail.
Dangerous thing I ever seen.
Tireless, I tell you.
It's a blessed marvel, it is.
Idiots.
Ain't that contraption inside, John Henry?
Doc smell the power bolts, you'll ask me.
Don't sweat or get hungry or get parched.
It's change, Brawley. Change ain't always a welcome thing.
What could be wrong? It does all the work for us, Big John.
That's so, brothers. I see men fetching water and food for it. Looks more like we're working for it instead of the other way around.
Same ways we fed you biscuits and beans, John Henry.
Now you done it, Cletus.
No offense, Big John. Don't be swinging that wedge my way here.
You boys scrape up some of them biscuits and beans, okay? Give me the steam till that devil's device in my dust.
Coming up, brother.
Smith, have you learned anything of that steam hammer that arrived in the night?
Nothing, Mr. Van Flint. I've checked supply manifests and work orders, and there's no mention of any such machine.
Then why Sacramento, Smith? I want to find the source of this hammer and order a dozen more like it. Astounding. Positively astounding. Entirely mechanical beings. You have your own society, your own will. Who created you, Shockwave?
We are born of Cybertron, the living world, Tobias Muldoon. A planet millions of light years from your own.
Another planet? Your kind are from the stars? For what purpose have you traveled to Earth?
All will be known to you in time, Tobias Muldoon. The world above is greatly altered, my brothers. The dominant species is called human. I bring you one of their number, Tobias Muldoon.
And they have achieved what level of technology, Shockwave?
They forge seal and run land and sea conveyances, Starscream. These are powered by inert ossified organic matter.
Have they developed flight?
Earth science is within their grasp, Octane.
Are you conversant with the technology of this world, human?
I am a scientist and engineer.
Then you shall play a part in our plan.
Plans? What is the nature of your plans?
Your world is on the threshold of great advancements. My fellow Transformers and I can help you, Tobias Muldoon, usher your planet into a new age. It will be an age of combining the imagination of man with the power of machine. Great cities of light, with each city joined by highways of steel. And one day soon, your kind will reach the stars as we have.
That is an unprecedented opportunity, to be sure. Sir, but my world runs more than coal and coke. My work requires funding. Unless you fellows have brought a great deal of currency with you,
Currency? Tell me about this concept, Tobias Muldoon.
Well, I'll try to explain how the economy of my world works. So, everybody's telling me that you're the future, huh? Steel and steam are no replacement for muscle and sweat. Never will be.
I'm not here to replace you, John Henry.
Who said that?
My name is Bumblebee. I'm here to help you, to help all mankind.
Lord Almighty, I must be sunstruck.
I come from a place far from here. My fellow Autobots and I wish to bring your planet to a new age of science.
Far from here? You one of them new French locomotives?
We were each created for a designated task. We only wish to fulfill that task.
You just want to work. Well, I can respect anyone who wants to earn his own way. Man or machine. Put her there, friend.
There?
Shake the hand of a hammering man, Bumblebee.
Thank you, John Henry.
Awful lot of guns on this run, Abner. Don't you know what's in them cars back there, Rod? More cash and billion than you'll see in a lifetime, Abner. Them cars was loaded at the mint in Denver.
Will we get a ride to California out of it, I guess?
Troopers, put the stogie out. We're running dark for security's sake.
Dang fool would have the sand to rob a federal shipment.
Abner, look, down the tracks. A train. Eyeballing right for us. These tracks were supposed to be clear all the way to Sacramento.
The locomotive is breaking apart.
It ain't breaking, Abner.
It's changing.
Troops, from a line of fire. Defend the train.
Shrapnel, the cargo is in the conveyance ahead.
You two cover my progress, bombshell. Why bother? These human weapons are weak. The cargo is here, here. Just as the decoded telegraph messages told us.
Metal boxes.
There are several more inside.
What value are these to Starscream?
It's the contents of these boxes he sent the Insecticons for. These papers and metals have great value to humans.
Sheets of pressed inert plant matter with pictures of humans on them?
What could these be worth to anyone?
Millions. Millions and millions. The main factory can be placed here with the coal furnace and machine house close by. But constructing a facility of this scale in a location as remote as this will be problematic. We're far from a water supply or source of materials.
Secrecy is of the utmost importance in our plans, Tobias Muldoon.
All true, Starscream. Only the distance from a rail line greatly complicates our task. We will need to acquire even more financing and raw materials.
That facet of production is being addressed, even as you and I speak, Tobias Muldoon. Task completed, Starscream.
The Insecticons have come through again.
I don't understand, Starscream. What task has been completed?
We bring you the goods you require. Stacks of paper and metal bars.
What? Where did you come upon this fortune? It's more money than I've ever seen in one place.
I hope it is enough to begin our operations. When you run low, I will acquire more, Tobias Muldoon.
Tell me I'm not gone mad.
Who would order 20 wagons of goods brought to this gosh-forsaken place?
If this shipment were not paid for in advance, I'd say we're on a fool's errand.
Bless me if that ain't a railhead before us. Are you Mr. Tobias Muldoon?
I am, sir. Have your men unload their freight right here. You've enough lumber and steel here to build a town. Is that your aim, Mr. Muldoon? Of a sort. Golly, the railroad was robbed of $1 million in gold and cash. It was an army trade heading for Sacramento.
Who have the gall to hold up an army train?
Soldiers said the train was attacked by machines. They said a big old locomotive turned into some kind of steel monster.
Those troopers must have been drunker than skunks.
You've ever heard of anything like this, John Henry? Engines turned into steel monsters? Nope. Sounds like bourgeois to me.
Decepticons. It has to be Decepticons.
If they've awakened, we can only wonder how long they've been active.
John Henry was surprised at seeing me. I guess Transformers are new to this world.
Bumblebee's right. If Megatron and his kinds were reactivated for any length of time, this world would bow to Megatron. That still doesn't excuse Bumblebee exposing himself to a human.
The life forms of this Earth might be in danger from our enemies. We'll have to trust some humans if we're going to protect them.
I see no need to activate Optimus Prime, but we will have some catching up to do. We will also need to send our hunters to find the Decepticon base of operations. They'll be taking full advantage of any technology this world offers. Their lair will be in a remote location, but cannot remain hidden long. Their very industrious ways will betray them.
This is an integral part of my plans for Earth. The fool Tobias Muldoon has supplied us with his plans for flying craft. A fleet of winged Decepticons will serve as scouts. You will fly the path ahead of the Astro Train. You will lead the way, Skywarp.
As you command, Starscream.
Tobias tells me of a great electrical power generator under construction to the east. A coal power plant, which will provide the energy I need to my further goals. The subjugation of this planet and the destruction of Megatron.
What about the Autobots, Starscream?
They slumber, Skywarp.
And should they awaken, they can do nothing to stop the Astro Train's progress toward New York City.
And whom might I announce is calling, sir? Tobias Muldoon, the lady of the house.
Tobias? My stars, you took a fright.
A week on the road, Kitty, without benefit of lodging or bath. I apologize for my appearance, but I did not know where to turn.
Cleveland, help him out of that coat.
Yes, Miss Merriweather. You see, I've uncovered a grave danger to America, to the entire human race.
Muldoon, have you returned to bore us with more of your tiresome fantasies? I thought I had denied you the company of my daughter.
Please, Stanford, if you would indulge a house guest. If the lad has a fantastic tale to tell, I for one would enjoy hearing it.
Dang fool's errand. There ain't nothing put here but sun and rocks.
Boss says.
Like I give a hang what the boss man says. Come no further. Turn your conveyance and go back the way you came. There is nothing for you here.
It's the devil out of Hades.
Excuse me, sir. My name is Jacob Lee Bonaventure, and I believe I may have business with your employer.
Do you refer to Megatron?
If that is indeed his name, I seek an arrangement mutually beneficial to us both.
Then follow me.
Megatron is currently powered down. State your intention to me, human.
Well, Mr. Starscream, I'm an industrialist, a man of commerce. I've used my considerable resources to locate your operation here. Your recent seizure of funds from the government indicates a need for funds on your part. I'm here to offer a partnership in exchange for the venture capital and material.
We have need of an intermediary. Secrecy is important to us.
I shall serve as your discreet agent in all affairs involving, well, human beings.
Are you aware of our long-term plans, Bonaventure?
I am not. My primary interest is the advances in science and engineering you offer.
We are from the stars. We have come here to lift you from the drudgery and animal labor of your world. You see before you the first of many manufacturing facilities. Soon, and with your aid, the Earth will become as our homeworld of Cybertron. A technoarchy ruled by efficiency, logic, mathematics, and science.
And profit. Let's not disregard the benefits of profit.
I understand your incredulity. I can barely credit it myself, though I saw it with my own eyes. A race of mechanical beings seeks to conquer our planet.
Absolute nonsense, Muldoon.
Tobias, is it a fever you suffer from?
I only wish it were, Kitty. Your father may be right. I might be mad.
Let me not rush to regard your sanity as lost, son. Perhaps you merely saw something beyond your ability to fully reckon.
I am grateful for your kindness, Mr. Twain. Only that sound, like an approaching train.
Hopelessly mad.
Kitty! They found me!
Godfrey Daniel!
So there is some truth to the lad's fantastic tale. A most entertaining evening, as it turns out.
It's not possible. It is a trick of some sort. Dear Lord!
It is no illusion, Father! Tobias's monsters are quite real!
Get yourselves to safety, Kitty. I will do what I might to cover your retreat.
Madness! I have lost my sense!
If seeing clockwork pumas is a symptom of dementia, then we are all bound for Bedlam, sir.
Tobias?
Your fellow stands before that critter like Horatio at the bridge.
Tobias! Oh dear!
I did little more than anger it further, I fear.
What can we do, Mr. Twain?
Do, Merryweather? For myself, I plan on enjoying this fine cheroot. Not merely for pleasure, but for purpose. The creature is momentarily thwarted as your home fills with gas. Merest ember might improve our chances of survival.
Run!
Well,
It's true. It's all true. All of my resources are at your disposal, my son. We'll call out the army. We'll telegraph the president, by gosh.
have you ever seen such a sight, Van Fleet?
Can't say as I have, Mr. Bonaventure.
Machines building machines, not a sign of human labor. No sleep, no slowdowns, no payroll.
Who knew that little yellow locomotive would lead to this, sir?
Yellow locomotive. Tell me more, human.
It was a black and yellow steam engine, shot up out of nowhere. I reported it to Mr. Bonaventure. It was nowhere on our books. We set the Pinkertons on it, and they turned up a Teamster train hauling goods to the back end of Beyond. To here.
Bumblebee. The Autobots are activated. Squawkbox.
Yes, Starscream?
Get on the wire to all Decepticons. The Autobots are among us.
When John Henry was a little baby, no bigger than palm of your hand, his daddy looks down at Johnny and said, "My baby's gonna be a steel driving man, Lord. Lord, he gonna be a steel driving man." When John Henry was a little child sitting on his daddy's knee, he picked up a hammer and spike of steel
You boys are putting me off my feet with that music.
and said, "This hammer's gonna be the death of me." Oh Lord, this hammer's gonna be the death of me.
That Daggett song's gonna be the death of me.
John Henry? I heard music, John.
Music? I thought a cat got his tail cut in the coal bin door.
I came to say goodbye, John.
You leaving for home, Bumblebee?
That's not possible, my friend. We've located our enemies, the Decepticons. They are up to their old ways. We have intercepted telegraphic messages between them in binary codes.
Binary?
So we are off to continue our war against them. I may not return.
From what you told me, all those flesh and blood folks got a stake in this too. I'd never let a man fight my fights for me. You just let me get my hammer, friend. You're gonna need some muscle with your iron. Move your lazy bones.
Was it?
What?
John, the sun ain't even near up. We're moving to another job site, Brawley.
We ain't been paid, John.
This ain't about wages, Cletus. Jumpin' Jimmy.
What?
We're riding east with the new rail gang. Get your bindles and come on aboard. Company, halt!
Oh!
This is what we're looking for, not a soul about. Quinn Cannon,
Yes, sir!
look for a telegraph line somewhere and inform Sacramento. Whatever chickens they're looking for have flown the coop.
The cavalry found your railhead and factory, Tobias, but no sign of your steel giants.
Then they've completed their engine, and they'll be heading east.
There's no track laid east of there, son.
They'll build one, Mr. Twain, and with the speed you cannot imagine. Their sheer industry is outstanding. They can join the Nevada Pacific line here near Beantown. That will give them continuous rail all the way to the Empire State. That rail will serve to carry them to what they desire most, the unlimited energy they need to exert domination over our world. If we allow them to reach New York, they will be near invincible. I have seen the extent of their amazing abilities and their tireless manufacture. We stop their train's progress or surrender our will to their mechanical ministry.
So John Hammer was rolling eastward, highballing down the Denver line. He had the hammer and his two fine friends, saying, "Gotta get me to New York on time. Lord, Lord, gotta get me to New York on time." While we was next before from Pittsburgh, I had a furnace 400, belly full of coal, and he went or died. Had trying, Lord, on the winter died trying.
Our orders are to hold here, men. Hold to the last. That's our target. An unauthorized and unscheduled eastbound train. Prepare the cannon and fire.
Lord almighty.
Prepare and...
Never say that in position.
They'll have joined the main line out of Sand Pass in Nevada. If your figuring is right, they'll be making it right for the Western Pacific line, and from there the Central Pacific and East. Even highballing like this, it'd be Satan to pay to catch them up. You'll burn out the steam wagon long before then, Tobias.
Kindly keep your pessimism to yourself, Mr. Clems. A hand with a shovel would be more helpful. We must catch up with the mechanized monsters, and we must be vigilant. They are adept to concealment.
Well, son, do they look anything like that? For that is one peculiar-looking locomotive.
From where are you bound, men? Not certain that's any of your affair, sir. Then I shall make it so. I'm just paid to ship coal, mister. Do not play me for a fool. Tobias Muldoon. And this is Mr. Samuel Clemens. John Henry's my name. That matters little. My concern is with your rolling stock. I have never seen its like, and...
He knows, John Henry.
More wonders.
We're the Autobot. You know of us. Do you know of our mission?
You're not Decepticons. You're not the same as Starscream and the others. We are pursuing them with the aim of stopping their progress to New York. I suggest we join forces.
A living machine with its own will, its own thoughts.
Join us, Tobias Muldoon and friend.
We're rolling for Brigham City to head them Jaspers off. We will join you to Utah or ruination.
Dang, I never believed that machines that talk. Mr. Bonaventure needs to know that.
Mechanized giants taking coal and Wilton, Nevada stop. This telegram was sent only an hour ago, Van Fleet.
What's our next move, Mr. Bonaventure?
They're on the line north of us. They will only have one opportunity to catch us up. I'm certain Starscream has prepared for this eventuality.
What are they about now, sir?
The inventiveness of these Decepticons is limitless. A never-ending genesis of gears and engines and devices. But with this development, they surpass themselves. I can hardly credit what is happening around us. A world of intelligent machines existing hidden among us. A war raging with the fate of man and nature at stake.
It is as if in a matter of mere days the world has become stranger to me.
Father, let's talk one more call. We must match Bumblebee's speed.
Do you have children, Mr. Twain?
I am blessed with a daughter as well, Mr. Merriweather.
Blessed.
I must confess, sir, it amuses me to see a robber baron such as yourself shifting coal.
You've seen these Decepticons, Tobias. I have, John. They are as different from your Autobot friends as a kitten from a Bengal tiger. Thomas Edison has completed an electrical generation facility in New York. Should those monsters reach that source of unlimited power, then you will readily witness that difference. Then we'll have to make sure they don't reach the big city.
John Henry, you gotta look skyward.
Jumping jimmies.
They got a machine that can fly.
Those are bombs. One of them strikes us and we're dead for sure.
More steam, Cletus.
Oh,
Our only prayer is to outrun that horror.
but those bombs strike the tunnel to our front. We'll be trapped on this section and at the mercy of those contraptions.
Kitty! Kitty! Oh, the car alters itself to a weapon. Have that done. Sir.
The name is Ironhide.
Well done, Ironhide. Well done.
Tobias!
Will you kindly seek cover, Miss Merriweather?
Please, daughter. We are still in grave danger.
Kitty!
I thought I'd lost you, Tobias.
Never that easily, my dear.
Looks to me like you've gained a son-in-law from all this, Merriweather.
And I could not be more pleased.
You hear that? I hear it. Don't like it. The tunnel's closed off.
What tarnation was that?
Let's get to work clearing that opening and fret over what caused it later.
You've stopped them cold, Starscream.
Prepare the guns and fire again.
Take caution not to collapse the tunnel.
There are humans trapped inside, as well as our brother Autobots.
That high whistling sound. More of them cannon shells on the way. Then Decepticons are set on blowing us to pieces. We gotta do something.
Indeed we do, John Henry.
John, where you heading?
Me and Bumblebee are gonna cut them Jaspers off. What do we do? Add a new verse to that song of yours.
We have ended their pursuit. We roll on.
Not without us, Mr. Starscream. Next up, New York City. And nothing to stop us. A new age Van Fleet with Jacob Lee Bonaventure as its scion.
Bumblebee, that Astro train is on the grading below.
Are you certain of this, John Henry?
I laid this track, friend. I know every foot of it. We join the Central Pacific main line ahead. There's a brake siding just beyond.
That infernal yellow locomotive.
It's getting the best out of us, Mr. Bonaventure. We're on the steam, Bumblebee.
No.
That siding looks to let trains slow coming off the high grade. But it ain't nowhere near long enough to stop a highball and heavy freight. Now them Decepticons is headed for the Yamfa in the herd. I hope they hit every rock on the way down. Almost there. Anyone there? Here, friend. Where have the Autobots gone? Back to their rest, now that their enemies have been defeated.
They'll carry on their fight in another time, I reckon. In years long from now. In a world none of us can imagine.